Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. I'm Giddy. It's June 11, 2021. I'm really excited about what I want to share with you all today, but even more excited that the European Championship starts in about a few hours. I am just so excited to watch international soccer and the Europe's best teams playing against and competing. It's going to be a fun time just watching that tournament. I'm really looking forward to it. So, as you can see, I'm excited. I can't even contain myself going all Atlanta United today. But today, I really want to talk about growth and development. And I've been reading or rereading one of my favorite business management philosophers, Russell Ackoff, and he's just a man who was beyond his time. His thoughts are really deep and profound, and some really good stuff there. You could see him as a counterpart of Deming and maybe Drucker to some degree, but his take on systems thinking and just life and work and play and learning just so profound. I always tell people, though, I consider him because I still do, more of a philosopher than anything else, but he taught and he lectured. And hey, I like philosophy, and there's some who probably are watching this who are saying to themselves, you're a philosopher too. That's okay. I believe the world needs more philosophers because that's how society progresses and moves forward. But that's a talk for another day. Yeah, maybe I should do a Joy at Work video, more philosophers. But today, let's talk about growth and development. And Akov had this great metaphor, analogy, or whatever you want to call it, for growth or the distinction between growth and development. And I think it's very applicable today. He would say something like, garbage heaps grow, but they don't develop. Cemeteries grow, but they don't develop. Growth and development are not necessarily one and the same, but we talk a lot in our organizations about growth and development. But growth refers to an increase. I guess in the human being, it refers to getting taller or getting wider, maybe, but it refers to that. And development, when you think about it from a human perspective, refers to being able to speak or developing appropriately, whatever those milestones are. And we know it's possible to grow physically, but maybe not develop. And so the two are not the same thing. But we talk about them as if they're the same all the time in the workplace. Like people say to me, I want growth and development. And I'll give you a workplace distinction. Getting a promotion or an increase in salary is growth. You got more of something. Development is getting better at what you do, being able to satisfy your needs more effectively, actually. There are a number of people who get promoted, who get pay increases, who don't develop. They're operating at the same level, intellectual level, mental models level, paradigms level, as they were in their previous role. And so we often assume, mistakenly assume, that to grow means to develop. So when people come to you and say, hey, I'm looking for growth opportunities, you need to ask them, what do you really mean? What are they after? Because it's possible to stay in the same role, for example, and grow. And people don't recognize this. I've stayed in the same role, same title, same whatever, but I've been able to develop, not grow, but develop. It's possible to stay in the same role and develop your skills, and enhance your skills, get better at what you do. You can enlarge your job by doing more things, or even enrich your job by doing your job more effectively. So many of us are caught up in this trap of, to get better in life, I need to grow. Well, that's not necessarily true. I know people who've taken steps backwards, quote unquote, like they've gotten smaller in salary, they've gotten smaller in responsibilities, but that opportunity allowed them to actually develop and get better in other senses. So growth is one thing, and I'm not saying that growth is bad. Maybe you want to grow, maybe you need to earn more money, maybe you want a bigger title. I'm not saying those things are not bad, but don't confuse that with development. And don't think that just because you're growing in your career means you're developing in your career. That's not the same. This is why I don't get caught up with people's titles. I don't those things don't matter to me because after studying organizations and interacting with people, there are a lot of people who are in high level positions, and I'm not trying to knock anybody because you definitely did something to get yourself there, but that you're an SVP or a VP or an AVP or a director has nothing, says very little about how developed you are, right? And this is why development can show up in very different ways. Now, sometimes as you grow in your career, you develop. That's true, but it's not guaranteed. And what I want to leave you with here today is regardless of what's happening in the growth section of your career, you can always develop. And I see so many people leave potential on the table because in their mind, to develop, they have to grow in their career. No, that's not true. If you want to develop as a human being, if you want to develop as a person, if you want to develop your skills, that's something you can do if you just commit yourself to it. And here's one thing I think is true, just born out of personal experience. The more you work on developing yourself, you'll find opportunities that let you grow, that let you expand. Growth in the sense of maybe bigger positions, more money, whatever the case might be. But development is so powerful because not only will it benefit you in the workplace, so to speak, it'll benefit you in your life as a whole. So, growth and development, when you think about those words, ask yourself, what am I after? And how am I going about getting those things? All right, it's been good hanging out with you. I'll see you around next time. Bye.